All right. Hey there, everyone. You've got a final project coming up. Let's talk about it. Let's go find it. Let's do some brainstorming on it. These both say the same thing. So the final project is going to be based on stuff you've done this semester. You cannot be late. You cannot be late by 1 minute because the computer is going to assign stuff for peer review 1 minute later. And if you don't have your shit in, your shit doesn't get peer reviewed, and you're going to lose points for not being able to review stuff. You won't be assigned stuff to review either. But you got 2 weeks from when I assigned it. You still got like 10, 12 days. You got a while still till it's due. It's due on May 15th. What is today? May 3rd. So 12 days. It's due at midnight. If you're waiting till fucking 11 o'clock on May 15th, you're probably not going to get it done. And then you won't be able to submit it and you'll be screwed. So start working early. You've been warned. Like, don't email me and say, sorry, I was late. I'm going to say, sorry, you had fucking over 2 weeks. I really am. And it's going to break my heart to give you an F on the final, but I'm going to give you an F on the final. You'll get 0 points if you submit it late. Dead serious. Because I have to unassign all the peer review shit and reassign. It's a mess. And if people have started doing peer review, and then I assign it, I got to make sure they get the same ones back. I'm not fucking doing 2 hours of work, extra work because you want to be late. Don't be late. That's all. So the project is worth 80 points. 65 points of it is your work, what you coded. We're going to have another 15 points on doing peer review. You will have 3 sets of code to review after the 15th, before the 19th on Sunday. So you'll, 4 days. What you want to do, you will probably get it as a Word document or a PDF because not everyone is using a PC or a laptop. Some people are using Macs and they don't use CPV files. So, and they're not using Visual Studio. So have it in a Word document so they can copy and paste it. Or Notepad or a text pad if you don't want to open up Word. Don't send a link to Giant Share, like save it on the COS drive. That's a pain in the ass. It's a fucking huge pain in the ass. Every once in a while, I get students that send me their work that way. And it's like, I got to ask for access every single time because the link is rarely enough. And you don't want to have 3 people that are reviewing your stuff asking you probably on that last day. I'm betting a lot of people are going to wait till Sunday to do the peer review. And if you're not around to say, yeah, you have access, your shit doesn't get reviewed and you don't get the 15 points. Okay. When you do the review, don't just say good job. You may know the people. The reviewers will know whose code they are reading. The person that gets reviewed will not know who reviewed them. It's supposed to be anonymous. I clicked on hide name, so you can be as honest, brutal as you want. Give your honest opinion. You can tell them what's good. If you liked it a lot, tell them what's great. But try to give some constructive feedback. I know it's nice to hear you did a great job, and some people will do a phenomenal job, but everyone's got rooms for improvement or what you would do differently. Or if you don't even think that there's anything that could have been coded differently, you might give them ideas on how to expand on it. Because this is a project you're going to write about shit that you like. Kind of. It's going to be about characters. I did D&D characters. We have some fluctuation on this. We'll talk about that in a second. Hi, Xavier. You can talk with each other about brainstorming on the project. You can't show each other your code. Okay. It's okay to share ideas. This is a project. You're like, some people just are like, they get like deer in headlights and go, I don't have any idea. I can't come up with a fucking idea to save my life, even though I prompted a lot of shit. And we're going to come up with some ideas today that you might like. You can talk to each other about ideas, but if you want someone to look at your code, you can send it to either me or Juan if he's up for it. Don't share it over the general Discord where everybody can see it, but like send it to like me or him. And we'll give you some feedback. We are not going to write your code, but we can help you debug it. Do not use ChatGPT or any other source to check your code. I'm finding this out. A lot of students are like, I don't know if my code's good enough. I'm going to run through fucking ChatGPT and see what it says. And then they fucking change their code on what ChatGPT says. And now you fucking cheated. So don't do it. Like, ChatGPT is a fucking idiot. I'm learning more and more just how fucking bad it is. For CSCI 2, their exam number 2, they had 4 tasks, 3 tasks really. A map, a binary search tree, and a queue. And when the instructions were fed into ChatGPT, it did the map, it did the queue. In the code, it said, this is our binary search tree as a comment. There's a fucking blank space, and there's nothing there. And at the bottom of the code, ChatGPT gives a little summary of what we did. And it's like, we did this, we did this, we did this. We made the binary search tree. No, you didn't. It's not in there at all. There's like nothing. I know at least one student didn't have a binary search tree on exam number 2. I don't know if they did ChatGPT, but it was worth 40 out of the 100 points. And so they automatically failed that test because it wasn't a 0, but they lost 40 points in addition to what they got wrong on the other stuff. Can't trust ChatGPT on everything. All right. So we can help you with your debugging. Only use functions and commands we've done in here. If I see auto on your shit, I'm giving you fucking 0. Don't use auto. I know I talk about auto in CSCI 2, but I wait till the end of the semester. What auto does is it goes through and it figures out data types for you. It figures out stuff you haven't even heard of yet for you. Iterators, it does like shut you haven't even done. It figures out everything for you, and all you do is say auto. And then you let it go. And if I see you using it, it means you copied it. I don't care if you fucking programmed before, don't do it. Show me that you know how to code. That's what this class is for. So, projects on designing a class for D&D characters with loot. You do not have to play D&D. If you don't play D&D, picture it as a video game character. If you don't play video games and you read or you watch TV shows or anime or something like that, picture it as a character on your shows or a character in your books. We're going to design a character, and you're going to want to have a player char class and a loot class. You're going to want to have some constructors and some get set accessor methods. You can have some other methods as well. I have actually included a struct version of loot that you can edit and adapt to a class down below. We'll look at that in a second. You should have something in your player char class that says what kind of job it is. Fighter, mage, cleric, thief, or rogue. A lot of them are called. If you don't play D&D and you're not like, if you're thinking of something else, you're quoting Dark Souls games, you don't need fighter, mage, cleric, thief. You can have sorcerer. What's the fucking other ones? Brigand. Is that one of them on? I don't know. I don't play the other classes on Dark Souls. I'm always a sorcerer, and I get made fun of for it. There's always the one that has nothing. You can use other names.
Deprived. That's the one that has nothing. Deprived.
Deprived. There we go. I think they actually have a fighter, but it might be called warrior or something like that.
Yeah, it's like warrior, and then knight is the one in the heavier armor.
So like in video, a lot of the video games like Dark Souls, you have a level. Your character has, well, in Dark Souls, a character doesn't have a name, but you're going to have a name. You're going to give a character a name. You should probably use a string for that. You should use an integer for level. String is for the job. Your ability scores, you did these before, but you only made a way to roll them. Here, you're just going to use that, what you used before, like exam one. You made that D&D or dice roll generator. You can use that. You'll want a string for character traits or like whatever you want, whatever's in there. Description, whatever they like to do. And then at least one piece of player gear that is a loot object from your loot class. So you'll have your player char class. And you'll have all that, string, name, job, char traits, I think I called it. You have an integer for level and the 6 ability scores that are listed below. And then you'll have something that calls another class. So you'll be able to call other classes. Maybe I should do that in the code over here. Did you cover calling one class from another last Friday? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did see it on Discord. Let's see. So we'll have one piece of loot called player gear. You can have more. And then you'll have your methods. I'm not on screen anymore. Then you'll have your methods. And that class ends. And since I'm calling loot, above the class there, you're going to have a class called loot. It's got to be before player char because you're referencing in here. But you scroll down, you can see example of the structure for loot. And you're basically changing it to a class, doing access or methods and stuff. I put some character stat generator, like dice rolling things down here. If you want to use a different method than returning, just adding 3 dice. If you want to do the drop lowest, roll 4 dice, drop the lowest like you did on your exam number 1, you're free to do that. A simple loot thing is got a name, a description, a value, and a way to display it. It's a pretty simple class. For D&D characters, there's strength, dex, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. You need at least one character trait. If you want to have more, depending on what you're doing, you may want more. You may want one that has, if you're getting really involved, you might want to have one that has like background, character visual description, lots of different things. If you're doing a sorcerer, you might want to have spells in there. You can include whatever you want in it. And then you'll have a constructor form that take in the name, job, and level. And you should have defaults for all of them, including the ability score, char trait, and player gear. Like even if it's just default is this, or an empty like nothing. Oh, right. Like that's a nice little default for string default. Just a space. Doesn't show anything on the screen, but you can set it in there. After that, in the main, make up a vector of player characters. You want at least 8 player characters, 2 from each job that you made. If you made more than 4 jobs, just do 8 characters. At least have a couple repeats. You're not restricted to D&D. You can use whatever you'd like. If you want to do Avengers and have superhero shit in there, you can. If you want to do anime and fuck Pokemon, Jesus, no, don't do Pokemon. Please don't do Pokemon. You can do, the idea is to make a class that uses another class in it. The loot thing you should have, because almost every character has property, some sort of gear, even on anime. I think the last one I watched was one with No, that's not true. Castlevania popped in my head though. Simon Belmont's got a whip and he's got other shit in there. I think I was watching Food in Dungeon or Cooking in Dungeon, or you know what I'm talking about?
Isn't it like dining in dungeon or something?
What, Jordan?
Isn't it like dining in dungeon or something weird?
Dining in it might be dining in dungeon.
Yeah.
It's fucking silly. Well, no, not really.
I just call it dungeon meshy. I'm not sure there's like a perfect translation. I was watching it before class.
It's pretty entertaining. They're going to a dungeon and they're broke from their first run. They first go into a dungeon and like the healer gets eaten by a fucking dragon because the dude is fantasizing. The main fighter is fantasizing about food during the dragon fight. The dragon, he's fucking just la da da. Fucking, I'm not ruining anything. This is like the first 30 seconds of the first episode. Dragon eats the healer. The healer, in a dying move, fucking teleports the party out. But they spend all their resources getting there. They end up selling a bunch of shit. They don't have money for food. When they get in the dungeon, they've done forgot all about food. They start getting hungry and they come across looks like a dwarf, but his eye, he never blinks. He's fucking great. And he fucking loves cooking with ingredients from the dungeon. So like every monster they kill and things like that, it's a little silly, but it's entertaining. They're trying to go down and rescue the healer. They think if they can get to the healer fast enough, the dragon won't have digested the healer yet, which seems silly to me. All right. So, point is, even they have loot. They have fucking cooking shit. They have a wok at one point. So try to have some fun with it. If you want, you can make a story that goes with it. Put some lore in it. Don't make it like Dark Souls lore where I can't figure out what the fuck's going on. But you could. I mean, I guess if you put it in the loot description, that's exactly what Dark Souls does. Dark Souls, all the lore is in item description. You don't read anything else anywhere else. I guess the characters talk like once in a while, the Firekeeper and shit like them talk. But like that's where all your lore comes from. But if you want to have like a little narrative, like, oh, we're gonna go fight Thanos. Who does Thanos snap away out of existence? You can put stuff in there. Have fun with it. If you've done the previous test, and I'll have your test graded this weekend for exam 2. If you got marked down for something, and I put in comments, like if you log into the exam after it's graded, I will say what I marked down for. If there was like something serious where you lost a lot of points, you can recuperate that on the final project by showing me that you actually know that content now and you can incorporate it. So like the dude that didn't put the binary search tree in the other class, if they put a binary search tree in their final project, which is not asked for, but if they put it in there and have it there, I'll give some credit on the other test. If you do that, if you're trying to make up some points for a previous exam, when you submit it, you're allowed to like put in a little like comment. That's a bunch of you have already done the comment thing. Tell me like what you're submitting to, like, I'm trying to get some points back from this exam, doing this. That way I know to look for it. Because when I open up your code to grade it, I'm going to open up to grade your code and then grade the reviews. But then I will see your comment referencing it, and then I'll know, okay, I need to make sure I give some points before. A lot of teachers like to be like, let's like make the test the final version, and whatever, if you don't show it on the first try, you're fucked. But like, that's not the point of this class. The point of the class is to learn programming. And if you didn't fucking learn it on the timeline of the first test, but if you learned it by the end of the semester, I'm good. As long as you leave this class with the knowledge, that's what matters to me. So you can make up lost test points. But that means going above and beyond and doing the extra shit that like you didn't do before. And if you make it entertaining, I always like doing extra credit. If I'm entertained, there's extra credit. It's usually capped at like 10, but 10 or 5%, usually 5%, but 5% goes a long way on a test. That's like half a letter grade. You guys have any ideas of what you might want to write your stuff about? What your interests are? Jose, what are you gonna do? Mario Kart?
I'm gonna keep it.
And keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Two of the guys in CSCI 2, Max and LD. Max, I made a joke, an inappropriate joke in class about Max defeating LD. And so now Max is going to make LD his B-bag, which B-bag is big, bad, evil guy. I think if you're on Discord, you'll have seen my teabag comment. I think you even pasted the comment there, didn't you, Juan? So Max is actually including LD as the bad guy and stuff. He's gonna write a narrative, stuff like that. Try to have fun with it. Any questions? This was go ahead. No, copy your code. You can either put it in like a Word document or a text TXT, like Notepad or WordPad or something like that. Almost every computer has TXT files. I even think Mac, the fucking godforsaken computer that it is, uses TXT files. Yeah. Right.
You said PDF is fine as well.
PDF is fine as well. But not links, just send the PDF. So if you do a PDF, don't like if you do it online, download the thing, submit the downloaded PDF. You do not want whoever's doing it to have to click on a link because it doesn't always give access, and then trying to track people down to get access, especially during finals week, people ain't checking their email until it's time for them to go do their own shit. Right? So don't do anything that requires access. Even the COS like Word thing, you can download it to upload it. Because you guys have access to COS or Word through where is it? Yeah. So Word's right there. You can do it in Word. And you should be able to, when you're done, do export. Exports the version of download. Save as might save it on just another file name on the COS drive. You want to export it. Or print. You can print to PDF a lot of times too. Export is probably the way I would go. Oh, wow. Those are your only fucking options? PowerPoint, web page, or a document for Kindle? Now that's kind of cool, the document to Kindle. If you're like an author, that's fucking pretty cool. Let's see, print. Preparing your PDF to print, save as PDF. So print is the way you're going to want to go. And let's see, let me go to student view. Shit, there's a submission already. It says 0-1 submission. Someone's already turned some shit in. I'm going to go like I'm doing it. So I would choose the file and then I'd be like, here, I'd be like, Mr. Jones, the great, fuck, the great Hefe, in your glorious wisdom. I missed some points on exam number 1 on topic XYZ. And I have put it in my code. Maybe tell me what to look for. And then when you submit it, I'll get your code and I'll see that and I'll go, oh, okay. I can't believe. Look at this. We've got an overachiever. 0-1 submissions graded. Someone's finished. I wonder if CSCI 2 is finished. We got some serious nerds. Hey, you get it knocked out already? Your final week is really fucking easy. You don't have to worry about computer science other than reviewing a couple other people's code. That's not that long. You'll be done. Did they do it? How many people have submitted on theirs? This final project is a new idea of mine. I think it's better. It gives you more time. And it opens up finals week to study for other shit. Because I'm guessing a lot of you are in... Oh, there's no submissions yet there. I'm guessing a lot of you are taking other math classes or computer science classes or, you know, fuck, even maybe awkward English class. And you'd rather have the next couple weeks open. If you knock it out soon, you're good to go. The stuff we did today doesn't need to be on it. Stuff we're doing next week doesn't need to be on it. So what you learned as of last Friday, that's it. That was classes. Any questions? Juan did much better brainstorming. Let's see how Juan brainstormed for CSCI 2. He said add some lore, make a description for characters, do a setting, like do a narrative. Maybe make it so there's like monster attacks or natural events happen. Put in some mini games, maybe a reroll function if they don't like their stats, or if they die and want to create another character. Add the ability to kill off a character, which means kind of like deleting them from the character vector. Yeah. You can put it in health points, health status, hit points, health points. You can even, if you make a vector or if you decide to kill people, you can have another vector where the dead list. If you wanted, if you're doing a bunch of shit. If you want to do a futuristic theme like the Matrix, go for it. Agents, at least one job. Hackers, another job. Pilot in the Matrix. Right? Trader is fast food. That's a fourth job. You really need to see 1, 2, and 3 to watch the newest one. You can do lots of things. Some people mentioned doing something like Super Smash Brothers. You know, having characters from there in there. You could have Greek mythology, where you got the gods and stuff. You can make characters and have them, like in the Fellowship of the Ring, and actually have them kill Smog. Or better yet, Smog eats young Bilbo Baggins. And the One Ring never goes to Mount Doom or whatever the hell it is. So if you got some options, just so you don't need to stick with D&D theme, but it needs to have like jobs, any like a name level, hit points aren't on there, but name level, what their job is. What? Uh-uh. You can do something like that. That last exam, I haven't checked your guys' stuff, but I got to show you one game that one student had on their list, and I went WTF. Chair Simulator.
Welcome to Chair Simulator.
Someone had this on their top 10 games.
Select your character.
Get out. You can sit in a variety of chairs. Apparently, if you sit too long, you die. The best part of all this is going down, and first off, hentai, sexual content. You have not played it. I know you haven't. Great game for when on fentanyl. 10 of 10 would sit in chairs again. Life-changing. Had to sit down afterwards. Someone really?
Welcome to Chair Simulator. Chair Simulator. Chair Simulator. Select your character.
This was one of my favorites. It's been hard for me in the last couple of days. I was consumed by dread and misery, and I felt like I wanted to die. But then one fateful day, I found this game saved me from smashing my computer and fixed all my problems. I used to have very bad depression, and I wanted to end it all. But then, as I said, I found this game. Just a couple minutes of gameplay was enough to fix my depression and make me happy again. I'm really happy now. And I love life again due to being able to make MB's ass hurt with, I don't know, with the worst chair, 10 of 10. Yeah. I don't know what the M is, though. No. No.
Welcome to Chair Simulator. Chair Simulator. Chair Simulator. Select your character.
All right, that's all I got for you. If you don't have any questions, we'll call it a wrap for today, and we'll do some more stuff on next Friday. Again, not on the test, but stuff you should learn how to do. Have a good weekend. I am at the Mason Center tomorrow from 9 to 12. Downstairs. I'm not going to be at Chess Club today. I'm going to award ceremony after this. No, not. I have something I have to go do. But I will be there for the tournament next week. I'm gonna kick everyone's ass. Yeah. Juan and Gus aren't playing. I have a chance. As long as I remember to hit the clock. All right. Peace.